Hello guys. Yes, this is my very special Oblivion Let's Play that I've been looking forward to a lot to play. It's special because I'm actually playing Oblivion, but quite heavily modded. I've spent literally hundreds of hours, and I mean it, configuring mods, plugins, all sorts of configurations. I've gone in and actually tweaked the actual plugins in the construction whatever it's called, construction set, I think. And I've been extremely detailed to making sure that every plugin, every mod is not conflicting, it's working properly, and well, enhances the Oblivion experience as much as possible. Obviously, this is a game that I'm sure everybody has played by now, and I've played it once completely, and at least the main story, and several times just been playing around doing different things. But I realized that there's a lot of the game that I actually haven't done. I haven't played any of the DLCs. I haven't played the expansion set, the Shivering Isles. I haven't finished any of the houses. Oh, what are they called? Like the Mages Guild, the Fighters Guild. All those guilds. I haven't finished any of the quest lines in those, so there's actually a lot of content I'd like to play. And obviously, since in 5 or 6 months there's gonna be this new game I'm sure you've heard about coming out, and well, in anticipation of that, obviously, who doesn't want to go back to some Elder Scrolls? So all these plugins, I'm not going to be talking about them right now, but as we go along and I notice things are different, I'm going to mention them, and maybe not everything, because there's a lot that's different. As you can see already, there's like texture packs that I've installed that make with higher resolution textures, but I've been mentioning what's different, and at some point I will actually also make a list of all the plugins I'm using, so that you guys can try them out as well. So yeah, this is the character I made. It's a Breton. I always make black-haired characters because I'm black-haired, and I just want to be a bit different this time. I spent quite a lot of time with the face, but yeah, you know how Oblivion faces are. They all look the same no matter how much you work on them. But yeah, so this is my blonde, dashing Breton.
Pale skin, snotty expression. You're a Breton, the masters of Magica, right? Nothing but a bunch of stuck-up snobs with cheap parlor tricks. Go ahead, try your magic in here. Let's see you make those bars disappear.
Now, one thing that I'm sure you're already noticing is that the quest pop-ups. We just got a quest here, something like the tutorial quest. Don't just pop up in the middle of the screen. They sort of you hear the sound, but the message is suppressed. So I don't really like this sort of very guided way of questing where you just get this pop-up in the middle of the screen and it's very easy just to follow along. I'd rather have it on my log and I have to look it up and sort of do a bit of research on the quest instead of being told exactly what to do. I'm not going to pay too much attention to the dialogues and stuff, especially not here, since I've done this sewers, I don't know, at least 20 times. I'm sure I've done it more than that, but yeah, I'm sure you all know the dialogue by heart by now.
Never mind. Get that gate open. Stand back, prisoner. We won't hesitate to kill you if you get in our way.
No sign of pursuit, sir.
Stay put.
Let's go. We're not out of this yet.
You? I've seen you. Let me see your face. You are the one from my...
Yes. I'm in jail for some unknown reason.
Please, sire.
Maybe I shouldn't be. How do I? Oh, I can't.
Better not close this one. There's no way
I was trying to put my arm stand, but there we go.
Like this is your lucky day.
Well, one of the mods I've installed actually goes through every single phase of the game. It's a huge community effort and handmade or hand tweaked all the faces, which is impressive work, I have to say. They don't look that different, but most of them at least look a bit more natural, less completely weird, as you know many Oblivion faces are. You might have seen that whatever her name is, Renate or something, has new armor, some different armor. Among the mods, there's some that add a lot of variety of armor and weapons. Nothing too weird, because I don't like these mods that add completely, you know, out of place weapons and armors and creatures and stuff. This is very much improvement in that. I mean, the plugins I've installed is mostly things that fit in the game and just make the game more rich, more better. Let's put that there. Let's see. Oh, these spells are just some the fix follower, double face bug, and NPC anger spells are just some spells that are used for some bugs that can occur in the game. They're from some mods, but you can just ignore them. So yeah.
No, it's too late to go back now. Don't worry, sire. We will get you out of here.
They won't be the first to underestimate the blades. I'll take point. Let's move.
You stay here, prisoner.
Yeah. I'm gonna see you soon anyway. I want to take off my. Oh, this is also a mod thing. I actually don't really know what that does, but let's just ignore it. I always take this off, sort of to demonstrate my freedom. Although I have heard that actually these can be used to this is the only item in the game that can be used on your wrist, basically, because there is no such thing in the game. You can only have like torso armor or leg armor and head armor. That's basically it. So people actually keep them and enchant them, so it sort of, you know, gives you an advantage. But I actually don't like that, so I was sure there was another rat here somewhere. Apparently not. I didn't want to pick that up. Right, so this is another thing from one of the more famous mods out there. Some of you might recognize it, but it's sort of like a torch hotkey. So you don't have to constantly choose a different torch. You just have a torch hotkey, and whenever you select it, it picks up a torch. And the rest just ignore that for now. It's just settings and stuff for the different plugins. I'm actually gonna play as a. I'm not gonna pick up the armor because, as you can see, I have very little encumbrance. That's because I knew there was a rat somewhere. And that's because I'm actually extremely weak. My stats are like, well, as you can see, they're basically 0. Well, not 0, but they're extremely low. And that's because I'm using a leveling plugin that is very different to the way leveling works in default Oblivion. Instead of having 10 skills and then you level up and you choose what attributes to focus on, you get you automatically gain skills or attributes as you train the different skills, which I like a lot better. And that way you don't have to sort of micromanage. You know, if I want willpower, I have to, you know, cast a bunch of willpower spells before leveling up so that I get the willpower bonus. You know, I really don't like that way of playing. But that basically makes it so that the mod hasn't initialized yet. Until I go out of the sewers, the mod is not really active. So that makes me extremely weak in the sewers. But I actually really don't mind that because it's sort of realistic. I mean, I've just been in the sewers for, well, I mean in the dungeons for God knows how long. I shouldn't be, you know, combat ready as soon as I step out. As you can see, it's a lot tougher to kill creatures. You probably remember on Vanilla Oblivion, almost everything dies on one shot or one. Oops. The fact that they're not attacking me right now is because I've damaged them so much that they're sort of fleeing. Come on. So yeah, so there's like a fleeing, you know, fear mechanic in place. It's pretty cool. I don't know why I'm using. Oops. Fireball. I don't intend to play as a mage. I'm actually planning to play more as a sort of warrior hunter sort of thing. Like use my bow for the initial blows and then get in with this, you know, sword or axe. Oops. Gotta keep those arrows. And actually, I'll be doing a bit of everything. Actually, I plan to have, say, restoration, even some magic on the side, sort of like toolkit magic in a way. But yeah, so I'm gonna be a bit of a jack of all trades. But the reason for that is I know it can be a bit boring to play as a jack of all trades. But the reason for that is that I mean, this playthrough for me is mostly about the content of the game, about trying to do as much as possible of the things I've missed in the game, and for that I need to sort of have a bit of variety. I won't be able to join the Mage's Guild if I can't do a bit of spells, and I actually want to see the Mage's Guild story to the end. Now I know there's just a bunch of beer there. I'm sure you all know. I really need to switch weapons faster. Yeah, my sneaking sucks. Yeah. So I was gonna say something, but I completely forgot. Right, you might have seen a bit earlier that the rat was sort of limping. It sort of fell down even though it wasn't dead. That's another one of the mods that is pretty cool. It sort of adds a whole layer of like damage effects on enemies. You're gonna see quite a lot because as long as people have low health, they sort of walk slower. They trip. You can see them sometimes. They can start bleeding, and that makes it so that they sort of lose health over time. And it's pretty cool. It's a lot more advanced than a typical Oblivion. See, there we go. He sort of fell down because that arrow took so much damage. Yeah, I wish changing weapons was faster. It's a bit slow to, especially since I can't use my scroll wheel to do that. I'm so used to changing weapons with the scroll wheel. Goodbye. No, of course not. Change weapon. Ew. By the way, why I always crouch before opening a chest is because I've actually also added the possibility to bash open locks. Basically, if you don't have lockpick or anything, just a brute force warrior, you can bash open locks, which is pretty cool. It works pretty well. I've tried it before, and you basically just hit the chest. Depending on your strength and your skill, you can break open the lock. As you can see the message there, you're not strong enough to bash open this lock. So at this point I only have like 10 strength or something like that, so